2T char is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense 6 where you have to complete a game of chimps using just 2 towers. I was meant to say yeehaw, but I replaced the yee and the ha with a... Anyways, today we're going to be doing this with the Blazing Sun and the Superstorm. Yes, a brand new tower to the game. And one that people, including myself, have really questioned the effectiveness of this tower, for goodness sakes. So let's start by putting you over here and see how we go. Because being on this box, we can really utilize the quick draw because the balloons for this part and this part over here are quite far away from Desperado. So therefore, you're able to use quick draw quite effectively until they get to this strip over here. Okay, we're going to be placing down our Druid, and it's going to be quite a weird spot for the Druid. But essentially we need it as far away from the initial balloons as possible so that this can get to work and do a lot of single target damage. Also, a very iconic movie. Go up to Quick Draw and Eagle Eye. We'll definitely get at least Hard Thorns, and if not, Heart of Thunder as well, so that we'll be able to pop those flaming lead balloons. Now, when I feel like I'm missing out on 3 bullets, I'll just resort to this Desperado Monkey's hat in order to get those last 3 bullets into the chamber of this pistol so that we can wipe out the last 3 balloons on the round. Oh wait, they're only cosmetic? Well, what's the point of them then? From testing, rounds 79 and 95 and 8, I think, so 95 and 98, are some of the most annoying rounds to deal with. 79 because we're on the brink of buying Superstorm, just need to go through the next 2 rounds in order to get it. But it's actually getting Superstorm. Once we get it, we're pretty much settled. But then there's also those other annoying rounds in which I have mentioned. Okay, quick draw. Attacks faster the further balloons are from Desperado. Standoff attacks faster the fewer balloons are in radius. So it will have less bonuses until it gets down to no bonuses when there are too many balloons nearby. Okay, Heart of Thunder is acquired. We'll get Bullseye, which also kind of works with Quick Draw because they're both reliant on a balloon being further away from Desperado in order to make full use of them. But because it's a chance and the chances go up, a chance means it's a variable number of RNG, so it could happen the first bullet or it may never happen at all. Somewhere in between. But if we fire faster, for example, let's get Big Iron, we can make it work twice as much, or actually more likely, because he's able to fire off 6 bullets before having to reload. Oh, by the way, this has only 1 pierce, so an explosive fruit has more pierce than this tower. Especially going up to tier 5 where we still have only 1 pierce. Though it is a very cheap tier 5, it is cheaper than most other tier 5 primary towers. And primary towers are always renowned for being the cheapest towers in order to get in the game. They're your bread and butter, they get you off the line, but they're not going to be the only thing in which you will have in order to succeed in a Chimps game. Although if there are true expert maps which have been completed only using primary towers, then please do let me know. And the purpose of this Druid is to obviously ensure that these balloons never make it past the finish line. Going to twin 6s gains twin higher damage revolvers, so not only are we able to fire twice as fast, so it's like getting twin guns from our monkey sub, but each bullet is able to do more damage. Now then, what about round 59? Because the Crusher's not going to be able to crush all of the camo leads on that round. Well, there is a hidden mechanic with the Blazing Sun where if it fires fast enough, it will ignite balloons on fire. And that also includes balloons which it cannot damage. So like lead balloons, for example, it's able to catch them alight if you're able to fire often enough so that their guns will be able to start catching flames, and then that flame obviously transfers to the balloon, which is a really good yellow balloons. Do not do this to me. Sometimes I feel like Strong is much better than First when it comes to Desperado. Not always the first target that's closest to the exit is the best one to shoot at. Sometimes the more high value targets, like these bandits are, all of these Desperados are Ronins, bandits. But this one has more of a sheriff vibe to them. Oh my god, round 37's ugly. Yeah, we can't shoot this way with the Druid that well, but we'll manage. Before we have to use the Crusher on this round. We can catch these zebra balloons, that'd be very good. But all of these lead balloons getting popped at the same time. Not the best of looks, but we managed this time around. That's very good. I think it's because I had you on Strong for too long. Therefore, you always try to target the lead balloons rather than the zebras. Here we go here. You might think this is a really weird combination. And, oh my god, pink balloons. Well, at least they're not yellow. When are the ceramics going to spawn out? I'm really curious about that. Oh, I'm going to need to use the Crusher on these pink balloons, for goodness sakes. Come on, a single red balloon? Really? You couldn't eke out one more damage from your bolts of lightning? Forces of nature really do be stupid sometimes. Unpredictable, just like nature is. Okay, let's chomp those, Chom! I would like to give a Blazing Sun before we progress our Druid any further, but I don't think I've got much of a choice in this manner. I may need some utility during the late 40s in order to control the movement of the balloons. But this has really good single target damage. Like, really good single target, but it's just dealing with the... Are you actually kidding me again? A single red balloon? That is more infuriating than, let's say, a whole bunch of ceramics, because I know I'm doing something wrong there, but when it's a single red balloon, I feel like the game is just toying with me. Okay, let's keep you on Strong. Why was that time much better? I feel like there's some variables with the bullseye mechanics, and also the quick draw mechanics, and the... Actually, the standoff is a bit more obvious, but... some things just don't feel as obvious. The game has been out for more than a day. Surely you have mastered the mechanics of every single Desperado tower and know their statistics off by heart. Except by some random annoyance from Reddit. Rainbows, it's high noon for you, rainbows. But we've got these purples to deal with, but the Druid unfortunately cannot target them. Just yet, we need Superstorm to see ceramics. Imagine update 50 comes around and Ninja Kiwi is like, you know what? We have decided that the normal damage type is too cringe. We're just removing it from the game. And the only way you could possibly get the quote-unquote normal damage type is to get an MIB. There you go, 2TC community. Try and do any combination from this point onwards. You know those undead zombies that you rise from a Prince of Darkness? Well, they've all been imbued with a combination of frigid, energy, and cold. You know, all of the different things in which you don't want in your zombies in order to have a grand old time. And I'm certainly having a grand old time. And also, while we're at it, make sure that the glue gunners don't actually do their job. They look like they can glue balloons, but in actuality, they can do bugger all. I say that because Ninja Kiwi has actually deeply nerfed the glue gunners in this game. Oh great, hello there. Well, they nerfed the middle path and the bottom path glue gunners. They haven't touched the top path glue gunners, which is good. I also made a misconception in the previous video with the Golden Justice and the biggest one, 2TC. I said there was no changes to the mortars. That wasn't true. They changed it so that the Poppanor and the artillery no longer do bonus bad damage and bonus boss damage. How many different things are Ninja Kiwi going to take away from our beloved towers in the game? Soon there'll be nothing to like anymore. Every single tower will be just as redundant as one another. And you know that eventual true sun god in which you can place down with the ultimate beam of being able to destroy everything? Well, good luck trying to do anything with that. We are going to give it only 1 damage and 1 pierce for balancing purposes. Hello. There are some things which I feel like Ninja Kiwi nerfs just because they feel like they need to nerf something rather than actually sitting down and thinking, okay, this is overperforming, and that is underperforming. What can we do to nerf towers and buff towers? How about we halve the time and duration which glue gunners work? Yeah, that sounds good because it wasn't balanced beforehand. Okay, we're going to have to delay our purchase of the Blazing Sun, but it won't be too much longer now, and this ball lightning has kind of saved us. We're going to go with the Heart of Oak because I know that round 79 and 76 can be a pain in the backside with a Druid if you do not get Heart of Oak. Right, 51 only. Oh, here we go, Blazing Sun. Now we can unleash the power of the sun. No, not you, Sun Avatar. You're actually a better performance than this is when it comes to the masses. Single target damage, obviously this thing is very good. But that's where its benefits end. I may sound like a complaining a lot, but I just generally care about this game. And if I feel like there are changes in the game just to be changes rather than thought out ideas because something was overperforming. Like, the Bomb Blitz nerfs in this update makes sense. That thing was overperforming, and it's severely underpriced for what it can do. I think the next video after this is going to be a 2 megapots video with the Desert Phantom. That would be very enjoyable because I think the Desert Phantom is the best when it comes to multiple targets, especially when balloons get in close where it can unleash its shotgun. And it's going to be on logs because I like to try and use a unique mechanic that I think would only be utilized on that map. Is to get 2 dead eyes down in order to be able to permanently increase the range of the Desert Phantom so that its shotgun can reach a little bit further. But also its pistol as well. And it's not such a dinky pistol like the Golden Justice. Okay, here we go. What have we got going on here? We will be able to ignite all of these on fire. We've got a single lead left, but rejoice, we have the Crusher. And I'm sure what I'm saying about balance changes is a bit hypocritical of me to say. I'm sure there's a lot of thought and process that goes into each and every single change that happens within the game, but it feels like some towers are huge in the meta right now. And then there are other towers which feel like they have never been in the meta at all. Like Unstable Concoction used to be incredibly powerful. I think it was like before version 10 or something as I remembered from the patch notes from those updates. Oh, here we go, round 63. Let us ignite all of these apart. Oh, no, please engulf them. Stop them from reaching the exit. We may need to use a Crusher on the third lot here. May need to use it on the third lot. No, we don't. But there are lots of yellow balloons though. In every ceramic there is a yellow balloon. So if we die to a pink balloon or above, no, that's not going into the yellow balloons death compilation once we reach 100,000 subscribers. Which feels like it's going to be very far away, and which means there's hundreds of videos to come through over. But I enjoy the process nonetheless, because it is for you, everyone, who is here now, who is here in the past, who is going to be here in the future. If you're enjoying the videos here so far and you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, then please consider clicking the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that you can see more videos like this in the future. Because if this is your first time watching a video of mine, hello and thank you ever so much for taking your time to watch a video made by little old me about a game about a monkey throwing a dart at a balloon in order to pop it. I think it was inspired by a carnival game, really, where it's something similar along the lines of darts and balloons, and then one of the best games ever spewed from that idea. Yeah, these revolvers need to fire enough times without a break in order to engulf a balloon in flames, which is the hidden mechanic on how to ignite camo lead balloons around 59, but also as well for the DDTs as well later on. Like, that is gonna be a thing. So if we put you on strong, eventually, yeah, did you see what happened to those fortified leads there? Because we were firing fast enough, it meant that we was able to engulf all of them in flames, which is very, very nice. Round 74, Moabs absolutely removed from the benefits of existing. The benefits being that they are no longer in pain. Minus the S on benefits. In my spare time, I've tried to do a 2TC with the Desert Phantom. I honestly think it has the worst start out of the 3 different cross pathings because you are forced to go with Eagle Eye and Bullseye in order to actually get camo detection. And you're missing out on that additional rate of fire, but it's so conflicting. Like, Nomad attacks faster the more balloons are in range. And then the Standoff attacks faster the fewer balloons are in range. What do you want to do? We're not firing fast enough here because we're instantly killing these ceramics in order to ignite any of these ceramics. Well, a bullet on impact does kill them, but you get what I mean. None of them are being ignited. We'll probably see that actually with the super ceramics where they are being ignited. Because the bullets do not insta-kill them, or do they? I've not really had a huge amount of time to experiment with the damage profiles. Right, let us engulf some of these leads. There we go. Some of them are now ignited. Brilliant. Only 1 lead remaining. Sometimes it always feels like that. There's only 1. There can only be 1. I'm not talking about the monkey knowledge point, but if I am, then I understand where you're coming from here. Ugh, ceramics. Some of them are making their way to the exit. And there we go, round 75 completed. What about round 76? What can we do here? Let's spread them out just a little bit. Okay, we managed to de-regrow them thanks to the benefits of getting Heart of Oak. This combo was originally done on logs, and that one is actually surprisingly uncross-pathed with the Superstorm. And the individual said that there were benefits to not cross-pathing the Superstorm at all. Which I found really weird, but whatever works, works. 77 completed. Now what about round 78? Keep you on the quick draw with these ceramics. It's just 1 pierce. It's so bad. Such a bad tower. Okay, I'm going to smash those to bits since there are lots of pink balloons there. Pink balloons are sometimes the most menacing balloons of them all because they are the fastest, followed by the yellow balloon. I think DT is 3rd fastest out of all of them unless they go at the speed of a yellow balloon. Oh my god, I've got to actually target these camo ceramics. I've got to target these camo ceramics! It will do it. I just need to be able to... I just need to be able to get you so that your entire focus is on the camo ceramics. Maybe I should save the crusher for them just in case. Because this one's actually better? Yeah, this is better. We could save this unless, of course, this can solo it. Because I'd rather save the crusher for round 79 if I need to. Here we go. Got the camo prioritization, which the Murder Monkey still doesn't have, if I remember correctly. There we go. Just about did it. It was on the edge of escaping the range of the blazing sun. But once you're going to start getting range of Desperado here, when we're going to see some leaks from these regrows. That is a lot of balloons. That is a lot of... Oh my god, that ball of lightning saved us there. That ball of lightning going to the right saved us there because there were a lot of balloons going that way. How many bullets can you withstand, ZOMG? How many? It's not going to be a huge amount. Although there's probably a lot since we're firing so goddamn quickly. The quickest draw in the West. Just like that. Right, what do we do about these super ceramics? We'll take some of them down at a time. Space them out in order to get the best benefits out of everything that we can possibly get. We'll do one more BF. No, we're going to have to switch these back over now. We will soon get the Storm of Supers, which definitely do not belong to the Super Monkey, although it probably wishes it can summon storms. Okay, Superstorm, Superstorm. Come on out, Superstorm. You know you wanna. There's Superstorm. There we go. Now nothing can stop us. Well, probably besides 2 rounds, and if this has enough crit bullets on the bad, That's what we're relying on, actually, getting as many crits on the bat as possible. You don't look too healthy there, Fortified BFB partner. Wait, you were not my partner. You're the enemy. You're the one who's trying to take away all my crops. Actually, if anything, it's going to take away all of your crops. It's going to be this dude on a cloud. Now, one change I really love is the fact that Riptide Champion on the Monkey has been changed from the energy damage type to the frigid damage type, which means now you can do a 2TC with 2 Monkeys. So get your Riptide Champion, but then try and also get the second Monkey down as soon as possible so that you can pop white balloons, because obviously if you get Riptide Champion, you can no longer hit white balloons. That's kind of a good thing about Riptide Champion, is that the fact that it can hit white balloons, whereas the Arctic Knight couldn't. But in this case, we're good, because now we can pop ledge, we can put another tower down in order to take care of the white problems, the purple problems. And you can also do a 1 tower type chimps with it alongside a 2TC. Because, you know, you are doing it with 2 towers of the same family, same line. You get what I mean. 2 quality of life changes I really like is that you can use the support Chinook ability in between rounds, so you no longer have to try and do an all pop scenario while risking the support Chinook accidentally popping a balloon or something. Very good choice, very good choice. And the other one is, sorry, very good change. And the other one is the Submerge and Support Submarines decamo attack, or decamo option, now happening twice as often, which is very good. Because in certain cases it was really inconsistent as to whether or not a camo balloon would be decamofied, but it wasn't that rare. It's not like, it wasn't that common, I mean, for that to happen. It was the case where sometimes if a balloon is fast enough, so let's say a yellow balloon or a pink balloon, it can sometimes slip through the gaps of when it's firing, but it should no longer be able to do that now. This is our single target damage dealer, and this one over here is for crowd control and crowd manipulation. We are nearing the stage where we are going to encounter DDTs, and even though this will do quite a bit of damage against DDTs with its superstorms, when they're engulfed in flames by the blazing sun, it will be able to do a lot of damage against them as well. But we just got to be able to get to that stage. Here we go. One of them, actually all 3 are caught in flames. That's good. That's very, very good. See how that DT was popped by natural damage? Pretty good. Well, not natural, but fire damage. From the blazing sun. Mom, I can't go into military, but I would like to go into military. Do not worry, little one. We can have your beloved elite defender tower at home. Dress you up, looking like Woody from Toy Story. And we're also going to attach some makeshift fireworks to your revolver so that you can also imitate your favorite hero from Toy Story. By the way, that's not true, but in this case, Woody really likes his flaming inferno revolvers. Round 93. I'm sure these ETs won't be engulfed straight away. Yeah, that one was because we were firing fast enough. You always rely on this being able to fire fast enough in order to actually get the burn damage off. That's the key to the blazing sun. It's got to be able to fire fast enough so that it can then start to damage lead balloons. From your small amount of time playing with the Desperado Tower, which of the 3 cross paths is your favorite so far? I honestly think, and this might be a hot take, but probably my least favorite so far is the Desert Phantom. Like, it's not what you would call a really good 2TC tower because of its unreliability sometimes. Like, if you're trying to go from, let's say, a Desperado to a very expensive tower, its start is the worst out of the 3. Like, this fires fast, this fires slow, and Enforcer is a bit out of reach where you're able to put something else down. And also the shotgun doesn't pop leads. Though the the Deadeye from the rifle probably has some of that Full Metal Jacket-esqueness from the Sniper Monkey. which enables it to pop lead balloons, but it doesn't say if it can pop frozen balloons. But I think the shotgun from the Desperado acts as a sort of a mini buckshot from the Dartling Gunner, so it inhibits the shatter damage type because it's not stopped by frozen balloons. 94. Here we go, round 95 here. And let's try and exterminate these lead balloons, which would otherwise be clogging up all of the piers here. Even though the purple balloons are that sort of thing anyways. Okay, DDTs, you are going to be toyed around by my friend. Okay, I'm going to put you back on first because I see some ceramics loose everywhere. Oh my god, look at all those DDTs just be completely whisked away by the winds and then just engulfed in flames by, well, whatever maniac inhibits this body. So I think the only rounds which could really stop us now is round 98 and 100. I just need to get enough crit shots from the bullseye upgrade in order to be able to take down the bad layer, and then also for Superstorm to come into contacts into DDTs before they manage to escape down south from this point onwards, just to the right of these ZMGs. At least the Superstorm is not the sole damage dealer at this given point in time, just like in my Superstorm and Perma-Spike video, where the Perma-Spike had all of the time in the world to create as many spike powers as it possibly can. And then some of them will expire because 5 minutes have expired when you're under normal speed. Okay, they're making it quite... They were making it quite far under a fortified ZMG. That doesn't really bode too well because we are up against a far more powerful opponent on round 100. Although the hitbox is bigger, so maybe we do get some benefits from a bigger, healthier target when it takes up more space on the entire landscape here. Yes, Bad, I'm calling you fat. Round 97 was easy. Now, for one round which I think could stop us if we don't have the manipulation which we need. Round 98, let us try and take out... I think if we get past the fortified balloons, then we should be very good. Like, the ZMGs are quite controllable because they do have a nice disperse when it comes to the Superstorm being able to chuck them around. But these fortified ones, I think there's... I'm not too sure if this is correct or not, but I think there is a pierce penalty from fortified balloons. No, it's got to be the mud kind of balloons where we encounter like a ZMG and that takes up more pierce with the Superstorm. Although this so far looks really controllable. I'm really liking this so far. I think we've got a very good spread going, and that is all of the fortified balloons taken care of. Now it's just the masses of these ZMGs, but there are some ZMGs which are still intact, which is very, very good. I like a nice spread. Do not take that out of context. I like a nice spread. Flare Balloons 2025 featuring blazing saddles and 4. Round 99, fortified DTs. This is going to be easy. All we got to do is just take all of these out, engulf them in flames, engulf them in humongous tornadoes with lightning, and that is it. Round 100, the only round that could possibly stop us now. We are going truly western with old-time skin and a cowboy hat. You could also put the top hat as well on there, or just the top hat, and that'll be fine. Yeah, getting fewer crits. This should be the point where you get the maximum chance of crits. But it is a very random damage profile because of your reliance on crits. Okay, a fair few crits here. Like to pick up some more, please. More critical hits. More critical hits. Where are your hits? Can't really tell the health stage of this because it's kind of... You got some bandages on you, which is good. I've forgotten, like, the stages in which we're at. That's why I like the whale, because its bandages are clear and visible. Okay, it's the last 25% of its HP, obviously. Come on now. Come on. Oh, no. That's not boding well. So, randomization is definitely a thing. Okay, that time the Superstorm was able to hit the bad there, so I'm not too sure what was going on there. Oh gosh, you just entered your last 25% of your HP. Yeah, this is not good, is it? Oh do I need to make a tweak about your positioning here? Oh, that one DDT keeps getting away. It's a frame too far in the front. Finally, an attempt of... Oh my god, that other DDT almost took me by surprise there. So, the third run of this 2TC... I think that the damage profile on the Blazing Sun is incredibly inconsistent. It just has to be the case that you have to be lucky with the critical hits that it lays out. So, for example, in this run, it was a different run, so therefore there are different dice rolls laid out for me when it comes to the critical hits with the Blazing Sun. Nothing you can do about that. It is entirely RNG. One time you could have, like, let's say for example, when it goes around here, you could produce up to 7,000 damage before it gets down to this point over here. Or you could produce below 6,000 and somewhere in between as well. But you want to get high rolls, obviously, in order to do enough damage against a bad, so that when it's at this point over here, then it can be deconstructed down to ZMGs and DDTs, and the last Superstorm that this thing can possibly throw out catches the DDTs. That is a thing. Also, I've tested the Superstorm over here, and it is definitely far more consistent, so that was my bad on my part, but I definitely wanted to keep it in the spot that I did for my submission to the index, because I did test this run by myself, and I did not have any of the RNG aspects. So my first time around that you saw in the index, that was a high roll which I performed, but this time, or the other times before this, after the index submission, then this is my run in which I was able to get high rolls with the Blazing Sun, and that's just what it comes down to. High rolls in order to get those bullseye critical hits. I hate runs which are entirely on RNG when it comes to damage, and I think this is the most RNG damaging tower that we have in the game. You could get thousands of damage, or you could be very, very unlucky and you have to restart your entire run. For me, this is my third try doing this for the video, and unfortunately, it's just one of those things really. You either are lucky or you're unlucky with the Blazing Sun. And yeah, when you load onto this for a different time, you'll get different rates of critical hits, and also the amount of times that they land are just so varied. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Please let me know what you thought of the video down in the comments section below. And when I go to view browser, my challenges, this was the first one I did. Obviously it has a different code to it in comparison to this one. Dad. Oh, that's one I should have submitted. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Please let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment section below. Please let me know what you thought of this combination along with the Desperado Tower. It's not a completely broken tower, unlike a certain Corvus that we had back in update 40, where it could potentially just 1TC if you can afford it on round 6. Anyways, folks, let me know what you thought of everything that you've seen today, and if you're ever in the store. And a lot of people have been using my creator support code, which I'm thoroughly appreciative of. Then if you want to unlock your Desperados early, or anything else within the store, then please use my creator support code. That'll be thoroughly appreciative. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.